Hey guys, today we're back with another gun review. And today on the channel, we'll be reviewing the Colt M4A1 SOCOM 2021 edition. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again, today we're going to be reviewing the Colt SOCOM 2021 edition. This is the LE6920 SOCOM new for 2021, or reproduced for 2021, because this is technically a 2018 configurations when they changed it over to the property of U.S. government M4A1 carbine roll mark, and it's now lasered in, which they've changed that since the second release of it, I think in early 2019. They actually started laser engraving, but it looks very good. But we already done an unboxing review on it, so if you'd like to check that out, it will be the last video posted on my channel. But just some really quick things that come with it. You also get the Knight's Armament broomstick handle. You also get a actual genuine Colt metal 30-round magazine. Glad to see that coming back. And you get a Colt box and a lock. The lock does not have Colt on it from what I can tell, but it is black. So different than most blue or reds that you see. So going back to tip, you have the A2 stock that you see with most mil-spec rifles. Not really anything too different. A lot of my Colts I've had over the years come with these in the back. You get the A2 grip down here at the bottom. The lower though is the one that is pretty much what makes this rifle different from the rest of them. The lower is marked property of U.S. government M4A1 carbine, like I was saying earlier, and has an ambidextrous toggle switch on it. Knight's Armament forend with Knight's Armament forend rail grippings, so it won't cut your hand if you don't have anything else on here, so very nice. A2 style post in the front, sling swivel here on the left, a 14.5 pin welded SOCOM heavy barrel. I don't know if y'all can see this, but through here it actually is a heavy barrel up to here, and then it tapers down to the M4 cuts. So it's a decently heavier rifle than what most people might be used to, that's just used to a government profile barrel. And then here in front is your pin and welding. This is a standard A2 flash hider, but you have pretty much an inch and a half of really nothing that actually would help the rifling or anything else screwed on here to help make it a 16-inch barrel. I think it's actually a 16.1. And here on the bottom you can see is the pin and weld marking. So let's go ahead and get a little bit deeper into this rifle. Like I said, this is a brand new 2021 edition. They have just now started to make these back again. There during Corona times, these guns right here was going from anywhere between $400 to $4,500, and that blew my mind, being honest with you. Even the 2013 configuration M4A1 SOCOMs with a normal 16-inch barrel was bringing about $2,700 to $2,800 to $2,900. Sometimes even $3,000. But this gun right here, like I said, during the hype of Corona times, which was June of last year, you could see them coming in at $4,000 to $4,500, and they were selling like hotcakes at that price. Kind of blew me away. On the back here, if we can get this pulled out, don't have any fingernails, so it might take me a second. It might take me sticking something in here to get it. Oh, there we go. We can get it pushed in a little bit. So it's a very tight rifle from factory. I like that about it. A lot of Colts, you push them straight through and it goes out the other side. Thank you. 7.62 times 39 bullet. Go ahead and get it. There we go. Okay. So as we look at this rifle a little bit, we'll start with the top of it, the actual upper. Here you see a keyhole marking. That's a forging mark. There is no Colt C marking on this one. There is no cage code, no nothing. It's just the keyhole marking. Or we pull out the actual bolt carrier group and the charging handle. Set this down for a second. The bolt carrier has a very, very, very faint C mark. Almost looks like it was done by hand. Not the normal C mark rolling or a engraving either. It's just like a pinned on C type of thing, like a pinhole type of marking, I guess. If you all know what I'm talking about, let me know. But I'm trying to understand, or let you all understand what I'm saying. but it's not a normal Colt marking. On the bolt, actually, you have no markings at all. You don't have MP, you don't have C, you don't have anything, just a little bit of white paint here on the bottom. Some of y'all Colt collectors can kind of explain to the viewers on what that means. If I'm not mistaken, I've read about it before, but it cannot come to my head right off the top what it means. It's something to do with military standard, maybe, I'm not certain, but it is not marked MPC, so keep that in mind as well. Some people that aggravates, some people it doesn't. The real reason why Colt probably stopped that is because they have no longer have any type of military contracts. From my understanding, if they do, it's very limited. And whenever you can put, whenever you don't have to actually put MPC on something, that means that it might still be markable, or still might be tested for that, but where it's not on there, I cannot confirm if it is or if it isn't. And that might be something that messes with you, or it might not. It would make it cheaper for not having that on it, and it still maybe be tested, but I'm really not for certain, so I can't speak on that. On the right-hand side here, you can see there's a little bit of variation in between the upper and the lower. Lower is more of a sandish type of feel. It's more gray than the upper is, but on the actual left-hand side here, you can see it's a lot different color gray than the top black is. So if that might mess with you all, just keep that in mind as well. It doesn't bother me as bad because once you start looking at it, it doesn't stick out as bad as I thought it would. If you wanted to put some Wilson Combat oil on it and let it sit for a few days, it would probably more than likely turn a darker shade of gray, if not even black, to match the upper. So, you know, that's something that you could do, but if it, I'm not for certain really, because even the upper and the lower, the actual feel of them is a tad bit different. But that's just a different anodization process, is because this lower could have been done a month before this upper could have been done, or vice versa. No two forgings are the same, but at the same time, they've been very close in color and everything beforehand. So moving up here to the front, you've got the standard Knights armament rail that goes on a lot of the SOCOM models, and on the actual rail, or not rail, but on the barrel itself, you've got a cage code of 13629 MP, 5.569801 N7. So it's not an MPC, and it's not got the normal MP that Colt done for 50 years. I would about be for certain that this is a Colt barrel because it does have the cage code number on it, and it is a SOCOM barrel, which is still produced in the U.S. military, and some military still use it. I'm trying to look here under the grips and see if I can see any other letters or anything to see where they was produced, but I can't see anything right off the top of my head or from here. But overall, guys, if you're really looking for one of these rifles, I think that I would recommend it. Don't get me wrong. At $2,500, I still think that's a tad bit high. At $1,500, you're probably in the good, and I think the MSRP on these are right around $1,300 to $1,400, which is a good deal. Don't get me wrong. But if you're looking for something that's literally covered in C's from head to toe, and you know that this is a Colt rifle, then you know I would maybe recommend a 2013 M4A1 SOCOM, or a law enforcement only SOCOM, or law enforcement only 6920 or 40 or 21 6721. But with this one right here, if you're looking for something that is going to be covered in C's, that you can look at any part of this and see that it's made by Colt, then I don't think this is a rifle for you. The only thing really that has kind of turned me off of it a tad bit is that I wish the upper would have at least been cage code the same as the barrel, or at least would have had a C marking on it. But where it's just got the keyhole, I could see maybe later on you running into somebody wanting to sell this, or wanting to sell it yourself after collecting it for a little bit, and somebody sees that the upper doesn't have C, and them just not knowing that some of them was produced without the C or without the cage code would say, oh, well, somebody's put a 14.5-inch barrel on it, and that upper's not Colt, so it's not a collector's item. You know, it's just things here and there that could mess with you. And also, actually, just remember this right then, to check up here, and the feed rail, or the top rail does not have M4 on it anymore. That's actually really, really interesting because I had almost forgot about that. It's supposed to have been a thing, but the upper pick rail does not have M4 on it either. So keep that in mind. But overall, it's a good rifle, don't get me wrong. But if you're just buying this for the lower markings on it, I guess they're pretty interesting. I like them myself, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm kind of fell in a weird area for this rifle because I like it. I like it because it's the SOCOM model, but at the same time, I kind of do miss my Colt 6920 Law Enforcement Only Edition because that's whenever it was truly built to military specification. And I think maybe with this rifle right here, you might be getting a little more of the name of Colt versus the actual quality. But overall, it's a nice rifle, don't get me wrong, but I'm more of a older collector rifle type of guy. And really, this is the newest Colt rifle that I've owned in a very long time. I think the newest one before this one was my 2013 6720, which I still actually have in my 6920 M4 SOCOM that was built in 2013. So I'm interested to see if Colt changes any of this up after getting some feedback from owners and viewers about wanting to get more C markings on things. And I really think with the bolt carrier here that C is more of a something that Colt has put on after they received it. That's not something that Colt actually had made in-house. But Colt really hasn't made a lot of products in-house, especially after losing the military contract. But even before then, they really they didn't produce their barrels in-house since Vietnam, and I think they still produce their bolt carriers and bolts since 2009. I think is whenever they stopped that, maybe 2010. But like I said, I'm kind of right in between. I like the rifle a lot, but there's other rifles that in this price range that I'd rather have than this one. But if you want to get really as close as you can to a Colt M4 that is issued to the government and issued to militaries, I'm trying to see a different shade in this, but anyway, issued to different militaries and issued to the U.S. military, I think this is about the closest one that you could get besides the FM Military Collector's Series. I think that one's really about as close as you can get. But they don't have the SOCOM barrel, which might turn a few people off. But guys, let me know in the comment section below. Like I said, while I was making this video, I really did find a few things that caught me off guard, like the non-M4 marked upper and just a few things here and there. This is really the first time getting out of the box and looking at it, and I kind of wanted to experience it with you all to see kind of what I was going through myself. But overall, like I said, if this is something you might be interested in, I like it. It feels all right, but at the same time, there's other Colts that I would rather have than this one, such as the assault weapon band Colts. But guys, like I said, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I would like to hear what you all think about it. And just leave a like and subscribe if you like to. But thank y'all for viewing, and I'll see y'all in the next video.